All right, Cameron Boozer balls out against Florida again. Let's check out his highlights, and we'll get to his stats here in a second. I do have it muted, or NCAA sending me to prison. Just catches up top, a couple of dribbles right into the three ball. He honestly has a beautiful three ball. We all talk about his post game, but I think he'll be surprisingly good um, with the ball in his hands outside of the post at the NBA level. Speaking of his post game, just such a strong finish. His footwork is already elite, and he has all sorts of moves in the post. He has all sorts of counter moves. You see this one, just bodies the defender, gets him right off for the right-handed finish. Let's check it out one more time. Just kind of gives him a bump. Looks like it could have been an and one, but he doesn't get the call on that specific play. It's kind of a little give and go he runs there. His stroke is so clean, honestly. Looks like he's going to be a strong shooter. I'm at the NBA level. I like that one, little jab step. And just a really clean shot, to be honest. Back to work. They did give him the and one on that play. I don't think it was a foul personally, but just showing off his footwork even more down there. Gives him two different fakes and reverse pivots back to his right hand. See that one more time. I might have liked I shouldn't really criticize his post game. I might have liked an up and under there even more. But he gets busy with the reverse pivot, and they give him the foul call, even though he initiated the contact on that specific play. I love that one. I don't know if it wasn't an offensive foul. It wasn't like he hooked him too bad. Just pump fakes, kind of just bumps him off, and goes up with the right hand for another strong finish. Just catches. They have to respect his three because he already made a couple. Gets into the post and just finishes strong with the left. He's so good working with either hand and going left to right in the post. Just a nice steal. No foul on that one, but strong finish with the right hand on the break. Just gets his own offensive rebound and another strong finish. And another three ball. Let's see what happened on that one there. His three-point shot is really nice. It's after that offensive rebound. Alright, so Cameron sets the screen. He comes off the screen. It should be a switch right here. So this guy should switch onto the roll man. Then number 7 should switch onto Cameron Boozer. And sure enough, number 7, two guys on the roll man. Basically, number 7 is rolling down here. This big man can't recover in time. Just a miscommunication on that little pick and roll action they ran. I'm really impressed with Cameron Boozer's three-point shot, to be honest. Going left off the dribble. Just a strong lefty finish. I think they gave him an and one on that one, but that was a really strong finish. See that one more time. You all know about the post game, but he's really impressive on the perimeter as well. That's just a really strong finish there. And that was all his highlights versus Florida. Duke does end up winning 67-66. We all see the post game for Cameron Boozer. He's spectacular down there in the post. I have heard people argue whether or not his post game is going to be effective at the NBA level, just with it being a higher level of physicality. He's playing bigger, more athletic opponents. Needless to say, but I think his post game will be pretty effective from day one at the NBA level. He's 6'9", 250 pounds. He's not out there just trying to bully people and just use his weight as the only way he's scoring, just being like a dominant physical presence. He's pretty dominant as a physical presence. He's 6'9", 250. And y'all have seen his highlights so far for this season. His footwork is just elite. He has all sorts of counters. He'll go pump fake one way, and then he'll reverse pivot back to the right hand and finish with the right hand like that play we saw. He has all sorts of up and unders. You see him finish with the left hand, with the right hand, and he's just so physical. Once he pump fakes you, if you get up into his body, he just bumps you again and goes right up under you, goes to the left, goes to the right. We saw all those different finishes he was getting to in the game. That game against Florida. His most recent game was against Michigan State. I'm going to get to that one in a different video, but he puts up 29 points. He does have the 2 turnovers, which is nothing crazy, just a couple turnovers, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. He does have 1 steal. Nothing too crazy. The 29 points is great. 6 rebounds isn't crazy, but I think he'll be a pretty effective rebounder at the NBA level, just with his leverage and his ability to box out with how physical he is. I don't think his athleticism is insane. I don't think he's gonna be, leaps above anyone in the NBA in terms of his athleticism, but I have kind of heard Zach Randolph comparisons. I can see that a little bit, not so much with his skill set, more just if you come in and you're such a strong guy with such great footwork, your athleticism doesn't really matter. We see how Derek Queen is getting to work out there for the Pelicans. If y'all have had a chance to see Derek Queen, and it's actually a pretty good comp for what we see from Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer looks better than Derek Queen, at least at this time in their college careers, but both those guys are just high IQ guys. They set strong screens. They're always in the right place off the ball. And then they just have great footwork and a great feel for the game inside. He does take the 7 free throws. He knocks down 6 of those free throws. He's 3 for 9 from 3. If he was like 1 for 3 or 2 for 6 at the NBA level, I'll take that pretty much every game. If he's shooting 9 and only hitting 3, that's kind of where I'd probably say maybe we can take less threes than that, Cameron. If he made 4 for 9, he's great. If he makes 3 for 9, it's not that great. And then it feels like, I don't know if y'all agree with me. It feels like if he's taking 9 threes, he's kind of settling for the 3 ball more than he should, especially with how physical he can be down there in the painted area. But y'all saw the highlights. His 3-point shot looks really beautiful. We'll get into his numbers for the season, but I think he's shooting at least 36% or higher on the season for his 3 ball. He's 10 for 21 in this game, so 21 shots to score. It was the 29 points. Yeah, 21 shots for the 29 points. He's 48% from the field in this specific game, so not bad efficiency. He's been a very efficient player all season long, and it has to do with his strength, his footwork, and then just his basketball IQ. He takes really smart shots. He doesn't settle for bad shots out there for his team. But his stats on the season, he's averaging 30 minutes per game, 23 points per game, 10 rebounds and 4 assists, basically 2 steals and a block, and that's really impressive how good he's been defensively. He just has good hands. He's not insanely quick laterally. He plays the passing lanes pretty well, but again, it's not like he's just having insane bursts and getting into the passing lanes. It's more just that he's really smart and he's reading plays before they develop and just getting himself in the right spots, almost like a Nikola Jokic would do. Just another good comparison for not a very athletic center who's able to get the steals just by having great hands and having great IQ on the defensive end. Moving on, though, he's 77% from the free throw line. I could see him being an 80% or higher free throw shooter at the NBA level. You see his 3-point shot. You see his free throw stroke. It's just really, really good mechanics he has. His shot honestly looks beautiful from beyond the arc, and I feel like he'll get even better at it. He's already shooting 37% on 4 3-point attempts per game so far this season, so I could see him taking 4 or 5 threes per game in the NBA, maybe even 6 threes per game. Just kind of sprinkle that in with all the other skills he has. But the point is, he shoots the 3 ball. I was gonna say good enough. It's even better. It's more than good enough to be effective at the NBA level. Shooting 37% on 4 attempts. He'll probably get up to 5 attempts once he's in the NBA. But that's more than good enough, especially when you're a big man that sets screens as hard as Cameron Boozer, that rolls as hard as Cameron Boozer, and that has such a developed low post game. The 3 balls aren't gonna be his main weapon, obviously, but just another tool he has in his tool bag to keep the defense honest. And we saw him using his leverage from 3 to drive past some defenders in this highlight video. So it'll just keep the defense honest and just open up even more things for him in his game. Shooting 56% from the field so far in the season. So needless to say, Cameron Boozer's been amazing. The 4 assists, he looks good as a playmaker out there. He has good court vision and a good feel for the game. That's kind of one thing I want to see him get better at, is just being a better offensive hub and being a better playmaker for his teammates around him. But I'm sure that's going to come as he gets better teammates around him and just plays the game even more. But he does process things very quickly. I have no reason to think he won't be able to put up 5 or 6 assists a game at the NBA level. Cameron Boozer, he's the best player in college right now. I think he's the most NBA ready player today in college. So if the draft started today, if you draft Cameron Boozer, he'll probably have the most impact for an NBA team from day one. And then we have Darryn Peterson, who's probably the second most NBA ready player. And then we have AJ Dybantsa, of course. That's kind of the three big dogs in the draft. I probably would take AJ as my number one overall pick. He's the most raw prospect out of these three guys. He's not more NBA ready than Cameron Boozer or Darryn Peterson today. So don't take it the wrong way. I do recognize that Cameron Boozer is the most NBA ready player in college right now, and he's the best college player today. But just with AJ Dybantsa, just his footwork, his athleticism, he has the highest ceiling, I think, out of Darryn Peterson and Cameron Boozer. Maybe him and Peterson could have a similar ceiling, but I think he has the highest ceiling. His footwork, his mid-post game is insane. Speaking of mid-post game, that's another thing I'd like to see Cameron Boozer develop is kind of a little mid-post fadeaway. His low-post game is just so good. It'll be cool to see him develop, a little fadeaway, a little fall away he can go to in the mid-post. That way, once he's playing against some stronger defenders in the NBA and he can't back them down, he has that little fall away turnaround that he'll be able to get to. He's just so physical right now. Nobody can keep him out of the paint. He just gets to the low post and gets into his action, at will right now. So Cameron Boozer is the best player in college right now. He's the most NBA ready player today, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go number one. I just kind of like AJ better at number one just based on his potential right now. My last thing I'll say, it's kind of unfair to Cameron Boozer because everyone sees him and sees how polished he is and how good he is right now, and he is very good right now already in college, but him being so good and so polished right now, I was just doing it myself. It kind of takes away from what people see his ceiling at because they think he's closer to his ceiling than like an AJ Dybantsa or a Darryn Peterson type player is. And, I'm kind of being a hypocrite because I just did it like a minute or two ago, but I think it's kind of unfair to Cameron Boozer to act like he doesn't have more room to grow. Because again, like I said, he could work on his playmaking, his passing. He could be more of an offensive hub. His three ball already looks good. His free throws look good, but of course he could become more efficient in those areas and then develop a mid post game. The main thing for me would be just him becoming like an offensive hub and having his team be able to run their offense through Cameron Boozer because I think he's going to be really dominant in the low post. He can hit the three balls. He's basically going to be getting double teamed from day one in the NBA. Then I'm excited to see how he reads the defenses and how he becomes a playmaker once those teams are throwing double teams at him. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about Cameron Boozer. He's absolutely raw out there. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.